Let's look at two other replication tools, offsetting and tween curves. These tools are these tool icons are located under the Curve Tools tab. So if we switch over to the Curve Tools tab, we can find Offset Curve. And Offset Curve is one of the most common tools for consistently offsetting geometry with a specific distance. So this is really useful in architectural drawing for creating walls, for example, that have a certain thickness or distance between the inside and outside of the wall. So we can select the curve to offset, and we can position the mouse either inside or outside of the line to specify the direction to offset it to. So I can also select distance and type in a specific distance. Let's say I want to offset this ½ an inch. We can see this a little bit better now that when I hover inside or outside of this square, I'm gonna see the preview of the direction it's gonna offset to. So I'm gonna just click on the outside of this, and we can see that we have a kind of consistent offset. That's pretty straightforward. In terms of the other option, the tween curves, this is maybe a little less conventional, but it's interesting in terms of generating patterns. If we select this option, we see that we need, it's going to generate geometry between two different curves. So this is a technique that derives from the animation industry, known as in-betweening, and it's a way of creating intermediate frames that are generated between two different images. So for this tool, I'm gonna just make a copy of this square, and I'm gonna scale this down a little bit because we're gonna transition between these two geometries, and I'm going to rotate this as well, so that we have two kind of very different starting and ending positions. So now when I go to tween or tween between curves, I'm going to select the start and the end curve. So let's say this is my start curve object, this is my end curve object, and I can enter the number of frames or tween curves that I would like. So let's say I change this number to 20. Now we'll see a preview of 20 different objects that are transitioning from our start to end geometry. And I can preview this. If I want to change this number in the preview, let's say that I just want 15 instead of 20, I can make that change and then press enter to accept that change. So this is a pretty interesting way to start to generate these kind of transitions from one object to an end object.